Hearty welcome to NRI Samay. I am Tejaswini, your today's host.
Thank you.
Today we have our esteemed guest with us on NRI Samay live show, whose name is synonymous with mathematics and very, very, very fast mathematical calculations. Once a child prodigy, later along with her relentless efforts, turned herself into a gloriously acclaimed mathematician worldwide. A Guinness record holder, a writer, and an astrologer, she filled her entire life with numbers. She lived with numbers and she speaks numbers. A woman who took mathematics as her religion. She, whom we affectionately call mathematical wizardess, a human computer, she is none other than Dr. Shakuntala Devi. Today in this refreshing talk with such an amazing woman with supernatural intuition, we will try to learn and explore her life in her own words. Namaste Shakuntala ma'am. How are you?
Namaste. I am fine. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Tell me.
So, I'd like to begin with numbers. If you may, please, how old are you to this moment?
I don't disclose my age. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Well, I can give you one clue. Hello. I can give you one clue about my age. I'm older than yesterday, younger than tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So, you are young every day in that sense.
Exactly. Yes, younger than tomorrow.
Okay. Actually, I have expected a mathematical, because you're a mathematician, some numerical answers with including seconds or something like that. But even here you are like feminine. You gave some kind of feminine answer here. It's okay. It's fine. So, as we have already begun with numbers, and as you are also an astrologer and numerologist, like most mathematicians, since when did you start believing in astrology?
Well, I come from a family of astrologers. My grandfather was an astrologer, and so it's through generations that we are astrologers. Okay?
Okay, so do you think there is a relationship between mathematics and astrology? It's like what kind of relationship?
Absolutely, because astrology is based on mathematics. Astrology came first, then came mathematics.
Okay, so astrology is first, and then the mathematics.
Like Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha is the author of astrology. Actually, he wrote astrology, and it has been passed on through generations. And the author of a book which is very popular, it's on the 37th printing now, Astrology for You. It's considered to be a kind of a Bible for all aspiring astrologers.
Even we have read that book. So it's like that's why it's like because in general, like mathematicians or any person, like especially mathematicians, even though they don't believe in the beginning stages, in the like when they work on the mathematics for years, when they research, finally they end up somewhere like as an astrologist or a numerologist.
Yes, so absolutely. Like like Bhaskaracharya started as a mathematician, and he started beginning to practice astrology. So that's a part of mathematician's life. You see, if you believe in numbers, you believe in astrology and numerology.
Yes, there are so many mathematicians and Indian scientists especially who are into this mathematics. You are right. So it's like they are, even you are into astrology, and this is because you are from a astrological family, or is that here? So as we are talking about the astrology is more somewhere like it's very much related to the God and the karma theory. So
exactly.
Do you believe in that karma theory also?
To some extent. I don't want to cling to it, but distantly I believe in it. Okay.
So as you're an astrologer too, how can you relate your horoscope with your innate talents?
Well, I don't do my own horoscope. I don't. I want to leave it to God. What happens? Astrology is more like a torchlight. It shows which way to travel, which way to go, what is to be done, like that.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move on to your childhood now. So to be specific, I mean, from the age of 3, you have been giving your shows, right? And since the age of 3, you are extremely busy with these kind of shows, and we have learned that you were sole breadwinner of your family in those days.
Yeah.
So in that case, you have missed your childhood as a child. Did you ever think there is a thought?
It's rather unfortunate. I think when I think back, I feel sorry about the whole thing. I did miss my childhood. I was born an adult, more or less.
Okay. Yeah. So, can you share your childhood memories with us, with our listeners on NRI Samay?
Yeah, I think my childhood was spent going from school to school, giving shows. And all over South India, I traveled as a child. And when I grew up, I traveled all over India and then on to United States and UK and all these wonderful countries, European countries. So I have been around the world 3 or 4 times, covering almost every country in the world, excluding Saudi Arabia and 1 or 2 Arab countries. I have covered almost the whole world.
Oh, okay. So, you were working since your childhood itself.
Yes, right.
So, who used to come along with you to visit all these countries and to give your shows, or who used to be with you?
The moment I became an adult, I traveled all alone. I mean, in fact, I would say that from the age of 13 to 14, I began to travel all alone, and go to school to school and give shows. That was my line.
So, what did you what is your experience from the age of from that tender age? What is your experience visiting all these countries, visiting and meeting scholarly people all around the world, all around the globe? How is your experience? Can you share any such memories or any of your experiences that you cherish even today?
Yeah, I met a lot of very interesting people, wonderful people. Now that you asked me to share some of my experiences, I want to share with you an experience I had with Pandit Ravi Shankar. I was traveling from London to Calcutta, and I had to catch a flight, Air India flight, in the middle of the night. So I was waiting in the waiting room, VIP room, and an elderly gentleman came with an instrument and sat next to me. And looking at him, I asked him, I was so sleepy I didn't even know who I was talking to. But I asked the gentleman, what is this instrument? Is it tampura and a sitar? He said, sitar. Then I asked him, do you know how to play it? Or you just carrying it? He said, no, I can play. I can play sitar. And then, I told him, I'm a great fan of Ravi Shankar. I think he's a genius, born one person in a century. And then I more or less dozed off to sleep. Suddenly I woke up with a shriek. I said, my God, you are Pandit Ravi Shankar. He said, yes, and he smiled. That is one experience I have never forgotten. And I've had similar experiences, beautiful experiences around the world.
Thank you for sharing such a beautiful experience with all of us. And I
came to know later on. I met his wife Sukanya, and I told Sukanya, this is what she said. I already know about it. Pandit Ravi Shankar already told me this story. She said.
Okay.
Anushka Shankar was a small child at that time, 8 years old, and I met Anushka when she was only 8. Okay.
So it's really it should have been a memorable experience. Getting surprised up later is much more cherishing, actually. So so it's can you tell us about your family and siblings also?
I had I was born among the eldest of 8 children. 4 of them died. On 4 of us are alive. I've got 2 sisters married and settled in Bangalore. and another sister is in Hyderabad.
Oh, okay.
So,
So, like one more question relating to your personal life and your childhood. You have come from a high-class family and an iconoclastic family. We read your father has opposed to become a temple priest and has joined Brahmin circus. So it's like he and your family on the whole would have faced obstacles from the society, from the then society. So what kind of troubles did you face?
Society for what?
Like you have faced, because he has opposed like tradition and he has went into something which is against tradition in those days. So maybe they would have complained about it, or they would have ill-treated him, or because you are his daughter or his family, they would have treated you.
No, not really. I mean, the thing is, we made a living out of this, you know. Supposing somebody had objected, are they going to feed us? That's the thing. After me, there were 7 children. Who was going to feed all of us? So nobody interfered with us.
As I said, like ill-treatment or anything, because opposing tradition, that's it. It's fine.
No, not really, because you know, I mean, only ill-treatment used to be that I had to go from school to school. But then now that I look back, I feel grateful to all the principals and headmasters for having welcomed me and arranged my shows. And whatever they paid actually fed us, you know. That's what I ate as a child. And I made a living out of it. I'm still making a living out of it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, actually. So, I mean, who was your major support? Who used to be your like a friend or like support you
God.
All the time?
Only God.
Okay.
Only God. Lord Krishna. Lord Ganapati gave me the knowledge. And Lord Krishna supported me and protected me right through.
Okay. So, you're more spiritualistic. Even today, a girl child in India is facing many setbacks in pursuing higher and even basic education for so many social and financial reasons and superstitions in their families. So, I know you have because you are busy giving shows and visiting so many countries like that. You couldn't. There are breaks in your education. But did you face any hurdles in pursuing your higher education?
I didn't go for basic education. I'm not even a matriculate, so the higher education doesn't arise. Whatever I have learned is directly from the world.
Okay. So did you ever feel that that kind of lacking, I mean, I shouldn't have asked you this question. You're a genius, and it's like not necessary for you to learn, but like maybe for further research or for to have a degree or something like that. Did you ever felt that there is something lacking in your?
Yes, I have felt, but then the clock cannot be reversed, you know, and the situation was so hopeless that children were born in my family, one after the other, and I needed to feed all of them, you know. That was the thing.
So, okay. So even though you didn't had basic education, even though you didn't pass the matriculation, you have written, you're author of different genres of books, and you have also started an educational institution in Bangalore, isn't it?
Yes, right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I joined one school. I joined a school in Bangalore where they were charging 2 rupees a month fees. And 2 months I attended the school. And then 3rd month they dismissed me from the class because I could not pay the fees, you know. So I took an oath that right in this city, in Bangalore, I will establish educational institutions. So I have already established one, and there are more in the pipeline.
Okay. So, well, friends, we are in conversation with Dr. Shakuntala Devi Ji. Ma'am, coming back to with Vedic mathematics, the importance you give to Vedic mathematics, and you've also stressed about Vedic mathematics in your shows, many of your shows. So can you briefly tell what Vedic mathematics is, and why is it so important for us to learn?
Well, actually, I don't know where you got this wrong information that I quote Vedic mathematics in my shows. I don't quote Vedic mathematics in my shows. I have nothing to do with Vedic mathematics. Okay? It's the science of the ancient saints, Jain Munis. They seem to have practiced Vedic mathematics.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, quoting is, I didn't say quoting. I said you stress the importance of Vedic mathematics. That's what I meant there. So.
Yeah, maybe once or twice I must have stressed it, but not always.
So actually, can you tell us what is the importance of Vedic mathematics? Do you think it's important for us?
Yeah, it activates the mind. You see, people are so dependent on computers these days that the mind goes, dwindles mental thinking power. So Vedic mathematics activates the mind. That's the reason it's important.
Okay. So our listener Shrikant has imposed a question on you. Do you think this should be imbibed in school education, is his question. Do you think Vedic mathematics should be imbibed in school education, is his question.
I think so, yes. It's an ancient science and it should be kept alive at any cost.
Okay. So I have read you are a linguist. Is it true, ma'am?
Linguist means I can speak 3 or 4 languages. I can speak English, Spanish. Spanish I can speak. I can speak Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, and Kannada. That's all. I don't speak international languages like German and French and all.
Okay, I see. But Telugu and Kannada and Tamil are neighboring states for you, so it's not much surprising that you know that language. But where did you learn Spanish?
I traveled in South American countries for 2 years. Brazil, Argentina, and Brazil is, of course, Portuguese, Argentina, Peru, Chile, and all these countries. And I picked it up there. Yes.
Okay. So it's you're a quick grasper, like Ekalavya then.
Not very quick grasp. No, not a quick grasp. It took me time to learn. I can only speak. I can't read and write Spanish.
Okay. Okay. So, who is your inspiration in life?
I would say God. But I do admire a lot of people. I admire a great many people.
Okay, fine. So, I know you have been asked many of his interviews, but still, what is the reason behind writing fiction books like Perfect Mother and a book on homosexuals?
Social reasons I wrote The World of Homosexuals. Because being outside that community, I could have a view of what's happening to them. And some of the most creative people, some of the most intelligent people in the world are gays, are homosexuals. That interested me, and I wrote the book based on that. Perfect Murder is the true story of a murder that happened in Patna. So that inspired me to write the book.
So it's based on real life incidents.
Yes.
Okay. So, but even you've written a good amount of books on various genres. Like you've written books on astrology and mathematics also. But even then, you have faced kind of criticism for these attempts on the books. Like as I mentioned about Perfect Mother and homosexuals, you have faced criticism for those books. So,
No. I haven't faced any criticism. No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, one of the members of the gay community made a comment that I, being a voyeur, that is outsider of homosexuals. I have no business writing the book. But my argument is, as a non-homosexual, I can look what is happening, in their lives, their social life, their psychological life and family life and all. And so I had a right to write that book, I feel. And that book is considered to be a kind of a Bible for homosexuals. Recently in New York, I met I had a heart surgery. At that time, one of the nurses was a man, and he's gay. He told me he had read the book, and he was complimenting me on how the basic facts I have interpreted. And, so I have received a lot of compliments for both the books.
Yeah. Okay. So that's great, really. So it's not genuine to ask like this, but like among all of your books, what is your most favorite?
Whenever I write a book, that's my favorite. Actually, one of my most favorite books is In the Wonderland of Numbers. It's about the journey of a girl. Yeah. In the Wonderland of Numbers.
Yeah, I was about to ask a question about that book too. It's like in that book, in Wonderland of Numbers, it's a story about a friend Neha who befriends Lord Ganesha in the plot, and she was more likely you, except the fact that she has arachnophobia in the beginning. So who inspired you to write that book?
My own story. I think you're right in saying that it is me, actually. I felt inspired.
Okay. So it's kind of your own story. So as you have already written quite a number of books, you are good into writing right now. So can we expect an autobiography from you in near future, plan a fictional story like in the Wonderland of Numbers?
I hope so. I hope I will write. But there is so much material. I have to sit and, compile them.
Okay. We have to learn so much. So, listeners, we are in conversation with Dr. Shakuntala Devi Ji, who is saying that we can expect autobiography from her in near future. So, we hope for that, and we have to learn more from her autobiography. So, ma'am, coming to your hobbies, like other than mathematics, what do you do on your vacation?
I play flute, Carnatic music, scientific music, play flute. And I also read books. I've read Somerset Maugham's Each and Every Story. And I read Leo Tolstoy. And reading is one of my hobbies. Writing, of course, is a profession.
Okay. So as you have said, like it's obvious that you read books, but like on a lighter note, like a refresher. Can you, on your math and memory, how many books have you read so far in count? Like, do you have any count on it?
I have a library full of 5,000 books. So book collection was my hobby right from the age of 12. And so I've read a lot, most of them.
Wow. That's quite a number of books. You should have got a lot of knowledge from it. So recently, coming to the recent times, you gave some. It's a controversial statement, or I don't know whether it has become controversial. But there is the issue is about a movie, Bollywood movie, Tare Zameen Par issue. So can you vividly tell what was it? What has happened with?
I feel my book came first, and then came Amir Khan's movie, and I feel parts of my book has been plagiarized. Part of it, not all of it, And so I made a statement to that extent. But anyhow, it's a beautiful movie, and I think every parent should watch the movie. I tell most parents who come to consult me to watch that movie, It gives an instinct into how to, train your child and not to give up if the child is not interested in a particular subject. Because in India, they're all based on dowry system. Most parents want their boys to be engineers and doctors and all, so that they can get high dowry, But they're not bothered whether the child is interested in becoming an engineer or a doctor. So I think this movie is a guideline for parents.
Yeah. So can you tell us which book of yours is the story based on?
Neha, Wonderland of Numbers.
Okay, so it's it's based on the Wonderland of Numbers. So so it has become quite a controversial. But after your statement, did any of the film crew or the hero or the director or the story writer, did they approach you and for anything about the movie?
Well, actually speaking, I had sent out my manuscript of Wonderland of Numbers to various famous directors. And then I was quite surprised to see the film coming with bits and pieces of what I had written in the book. And in fact, I never made an official statement. I happened to mention this in Hong Kong while having lunch with a journalist that one of my books had been partly plagiarized. So he made a big thing out of it and wrote it in Times of India, So, but I did not make an official statement to that extent.
Okay.
And even if the book has been plagiarized, I'm happy the message could be spread around,
Okay. Yeah. Yes, there are many people who read who can't afford to buy also. So maybe according to you, it's good in that way. You have born during extreme freedom movement. Do you remember any, or do you have any memories related to those freedom movement days?
No, I knew a lot of people went to jail, and and they were tortured and even hanged by the British. But I don't have definite memories, and fortunately, I met Mahatma Gandhi, and Jawaharlal Nehru. In fact, Jawaharlal Nehru was one of my mentors. He offered me a lot of encouragement. So did Indira Gandhi. So I have only pleasant memories of these politicians. They're more of statesmen than politicians, They're real statesmen. But I've always been a great admirer of Subhash Chandra Bose. I liked his movement.
So you've met a famous person coming all around the globe, but coming to specifically India, and during the freedom movement era, you've also met many people, as you just said now. So can you do you have any personal favorite among the freedom fighters?
I think my personal favorite is Subhash Chandra Bose.
Okay.
I like his ideology.
Okay. Even all of us, we do.
Captain Lakshmi, she just died recently. She's one of the people I admired.
Okay. So, okay. You've seen post and freedom movement era. So, what kind of difference do you notice over all these years? In our system,
I only feel sorry for the country. I feel sorry for the country, because some of our statesmen, they laid their lives down for the good of the country, and what a mess they're making now, But still, I love my country, and I have decided not to take up any other citizenship except Indian citizenship. I was born an Indian, and I want to live an Indian. I want to die an Indian.
Okay, that's so patriotic. So, according to you, and according to many of us, it has fallen from the hands of British into the hands of cunning politicians at present.
Cunning, yeah. It's a very sad thing. I am very sad to notice what's going on in the country, but that's it,
Yeah. One more small question on this. Do you think? I mean, everyone of us is expecting a change from this kind of in the underdevelopment. So, what do you think? Like, where the change should come from?
I think every citizen of the country has to be responsible. It's no use leaving it to politicians. You know, I think each and every citizen has to take the cause of the country into the hands and establish the truth and justice and honesty, and that will bring the country to the fore.
Okay. So, going on a different note, ma'am. You know, the times have changed and there is tremendous change in every field. So we have been introduced to high-end technology in recent times. So present generation has the whole world in their hands, in their phones, in their mobiles, in their tablets, and people started completely relying on computers and internet than on their peers. So do you welcome this kind of change? If not, what do you think about its ramifications?
It's taking away the humanity from the human beings. You know, it's squeezing away the humanity.
Very true.
In fact, I see children coming to see me, and I'm so excited when my relatives' children come. But they're always on the iPod, you know, so they don't even talk to me. In olden days, children used to entertain us with dance, music, and, you know, sweet talk and everything. They hardly talk to us, you know. They go on the iPad. So it's a sad thing that, you see, anything good can be used, either for good or bad, you know. And I think computers and mobiles are being misused quite a lot. It's a very sad thing.
Yeah. So what are your suggestions for present youth and children?
I think the parents should try to control them. Parents should try to set a kind of rules that only this much of computer the children can use. And the human mind has to grow. The human mind has to be fed. And that's not happening these days. You know, in fact, you wanted me to mention an interesting incident. I used to go to a plumber's shop in Bangalore to buy some, you know, wash basins and things. So it's, I think the parents should try to guide the children, and also they should set a limit to what extent the children can use the computers, mobiles and all that. Otherwise, the human touch is going away, you know. Humanity is disappearing slowly and gradually, evaporating. Okay.
Okay. So there is a question from listener Srikant Garu from Los Angeles. He's asking about our political discussion we had just a little while back. So he's asking, according to you, are there any good politicians now, and who are they?
They're so rare. You know, I mean, I have heard from people that Nitish Kumar of Bihar is a very honest chief minister, and so is Chief Minister Orissa, you know, Patnaik. But Modi, I have met Modi, Narendra Modi, and he appears a very, very strong and a very honest politician. So these are all the few people I've met, and I was very impressed.
Okay, so as Narendra Modi has come into our discussion, we all know that he's people are expecting him to be a PM. Some set of people are expecting him to be a PM, future PM for our country. So, what do you think on that?
If he does become the PM, he will take the country very much forward. He's a very capable man. And I'm so simple and humble. When I met him, I was so impressed with him that he's such a simple man, you know. No airs, no hi-fi.
Okay.
I think it will be
go ahead,
it will be a good thing if he's given a chance to become the PM.
Okay. Well, listeners, we are in conversation with Dr. Shakuntala Devi Ji, who is a mathematician, renowned mathematician. So, you're on NRI Samay live show. Ma'am, a little about your personal life again. Is there any particular reason for you to lead a hermit's life?
No particular reason. I was married, and I was married to a very senior IAS officer. She's no more. I have a daughter, and she's living in Bangalore with her 2 children.
Okay. So what's the name, ma'am?
My daughter's name, Anupama Banerjee. Anupama.
Okay. So we know about you only, not about your family lot. So just for our listeners, I have asked you this question. So finally, ma'am, can you give us a simple example in your words about the importance of zero for non-mathematicians?
Zero is everything, ma'am. Zero is everything. And zero is nothing. Everything, nothing, or nothing, everything. You understand me? Zero is the most important punctuation in mathematics. And zero was discovered by Indians, Hindus.
Yeah.
So zero is very prominent. Without zero, all these structures would not have existed. The skyscrapers in New York and, the dams in India and various things could not have been possible without zero. So they have played a very important role in mathematics.
Yeah. So like your riddles in mathematics, your answer is also quite puzzling. Nothing is everything, and everything is nothing about zero.
Yes.
So, but it's amazing statement. So stay tuned, listeners. We have more to ask and more to learn from Shakuntala Devi Ji. So, ma'am, you have visited a lot of countries. You have visited whole globe. Maybe you missed some few places. So, what are your favorite tourist spots or favorite places that you have visited so far?
I have not visited any country as a tourist. I have visited them in a professional way. And each and every country has something special to offer. I cannot single out any particular country. But I am especially enamored with Hawaii, Honolulu. It's the most beautiful spots on earth, I think.
Okay. So
it is close to Los Angeles, by the way.
Sorry, ma'am?
Hawaii, Honolulu is close to Los Angeles. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we are almost at the end. What are your most happiest and saddest moments in life?
I was very sad when Indira Gandhi was shut down. I could not eat for 5 days. And the happiest moment was, I don't know, when I won the Guinness Book of World Records in London, Imperial College of Science and Technology. These are the very happy moments.
Okay. So, before we wrap up, is there any message that you would like to give ma'am, to our listeners on NRI Samay?
I want to give a mantra of 4 words to all your listeners. Here it is. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. 3 words. I think if you believe in yourself, you can conquer the world, First thing you have to do is to believe in yourself. Okay?
Yeah. It's a powerful mantra for all of us.
Yes.
Okay. To erase electronic to get it right for the first time and every time is Shakuntala. I know you all have enjoyed today's interview with a woman for whom the term extraordinary is an understatement. Thanks a lot for your time on NRI Samay, ma'am. We are so delighted.
Thank you, Tejaswini.
We wish you a happy and healthy life.
I was delighted talking to your listeners, and I wish them all the best.
Yeah, even I am too. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you again, and have a happy and healthy life ahead. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All the best. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.